All right. It's Monday, April 1st, 7:20 a.m. Getting started a little late here. For those that have been watching me this year, you know, I look for charts that have all, every second entry works for my profit target. And lately, I've been going for a little bit more than my typical profit target with an auto stop strategy. Well, today, when I was pulling up the charts, I couldn't find a single chart that was working for more ticks than my regular scalp. So it took me longer to find some charts today. So I've now ended up with 3 charts that I can trade off of, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll only be going for 11 tick scalps today. You'll also notice that I have less accounts in the window. I canceled 2 of the 25K evaluations that we're going to renew. And I think I'm going to see how it goes with the current accounts I have. And then I think what I'll do is I'll go with 50Ks from now on. So I'm not going to start any new accounts that are 25K. So I still have this 25K evaluation that I'll be working on. But after that one, I'm not going to do them anymore. I'm not seeing, I had 2 25K PAs, and it's not helping me get to pay out any faster. So I might as well just go for the 52s, or for the 50,000 K or 50Ks. What am I trying to say? Might as well just go for the 50Ks, I think. It has a little bit more drawdown to work with. See if this triggers. I like it setting up right below the previous day. What is it? Previous day high? Yellow line. All right, it's looking like it's not going to trigger. Maybe it will. Trouble in paradise. Like this. Let's see. A little bit more. Touched more. Oh. Oh, it touched it. Come on. Wow. Oh man. Touched my order twice. Come on. There we go. All right. That one was trying to give me a scare. PA2. So this is now officially the highest balance I've ever had on this account. Definitely didn't want that one to work against me. So 11.6, which is the max I'm going for today, given what my charts look like. So I will only be going for 11.6 today. Let me update my stats here. All right. So one trade in the books. Just thinking what account I should trade next. I've got 27. That's, what is it? About 160 away from passing. So if I'm going to pass it today, I would have to trade it with 4 contracts instead of 3 to get it done in one trade. Obviously, setting me up for more risk if it goes against me. If I don't trade that next, I could trade one of my PAs next. I actually forgot. I was going to trade PA 7. I was going to copy trade it with all of my trades today, and I forgot to do that. So I can either go for my normal amount, which will not pass this account today. It almost makes me think if I need to do it in 2 more trades, maybe I should just lower my contracts, make it less risky. Like either add a contract to make it more risky, or just accept that it's going to take 2 trades and do less trades. I don't know. Today's kind of a funky day for my system. What do I want to do? Unsure what I want to do. I think I'm just going to make it 2 contracts on this evaluation 27. Just knowing that it'll take me a second trade to pass it. And then I'll copy PA 7 on the same trade, which I can only trade 1 contract on that. It's a very small drawdown. Well, I got like $270 drawdown. Right. Well, I'm glad I locked in the the win for PA2. So less than 400 to go for a payout on that one again. Clearly this trade would have worked for a lot more than 11.6, turns out. I'm testing the lows now. Uh-oh. See if we can get there. All right. Wasn't super confident with that one, but I'll take it. This was trade 2. This was Eval 27 and PA 7. And only going for 11.6 again. All right. So 2-0. Now that would have passed this account if I traded for 4 contracts, but just figured I'm not in a rush to pass this right now. So if it takes me one more trade tomorrow, that should be fine. Get my stats updated here. So this is day 10, which has a super long shot of surviving. As you can see, I'll be building it up about $50 at a time. And then this was day 21. My stats here. Oh, and so my first trade today was officially my 200th trade of the year. So 201 trades. All right, so both of my trades so far would have worked for more than 11 ticks, but just going back, none of my charts were good consistently for more than 11 ticks. So today, 11 ticks is kind of my base level. All right, so I'm going to turn account 27 off. I think I'll turn account 7 off as well, just because I'm going to trade 6 next. So I'll trade 6 by itself. And just lock in profits for now. The only reason I'm not going to trade 7 at the same time as 6 is if I get a loss, I don't want to blow up an account, a PA account, and have a red number on another PA account. So I want to keep them separate. Just a mental thing, I guess. Very much looking like it's just a range day. Yeah. Looks like that. I mean, you'd expect it to close the gap, but I don't know if it'll be able to break below. We'll see. All right, so I hope everyone had a good weekend. It's nice to have a 3-day weekend. I didn't really think much about trading. I'll tell you, when I came to the charts today and couldn't find any good charts for my system, I was thinking, oh man, is this going to turn into a 4-day weekend for me? But luckily, just looking for a standard scalp for me made my charts look better. So PA6, not in great shape. I'm going to trade it next. I got what, 600, 850-ish, 870-ish in drawdown. So I'm going to trade that with just 2 contracts. And where are we? About 260 away from, or no, 360 away from qualifying for a payout on PA2. And again, I traded PA2 with 3 contracts, which is what I've switched to doing the last couple days on it. I just figure it's a 50K account, so it can support a little bit more risk. But hopefully that little bit extra per trade will get me to a payout quicker, and hopefully this week during the payout window. It seems like every time I've taken a loss on this account, I've come back and gotten it to a new high balance, which is where we're at again today. So this is the highest balance I've had so far on this account. So obviously the closest I've been, which is good. Yeah, I know that I can get there because I've gotten in this account here using the system. I mean, I've already passed the payout total needed to qualify on 27 if that were a PA account. So I know the system's working to be able to do it on a single account. I just need to get this one a little higher. All right, so it'll be interesting for me to see, do we get the new low from over here? Do we test that new low? And then if we do we close the gap to the previous day close? All right, so there's that retest of the current low. So I know my strategy, I mean, 200 trades, 80%. So I know my strategy is good for 80%. And the question is, does it get any better than that? You know, because 80% is good, you know, solid 80% consistently. But really the strategy would be really great if it was like 85% or better, you know? So, in those 200 trades, I definitely feel like there were trades I could have avoided with a very limited amount of rolls, which I have in place now. So maybe if those rules were in effect the whole time, maybe I'd be closer to 85%. It's hard to say. Obviously coming off of last week, which wasn't a great week for me. Percentage was lower overall. Had quite a number of losses. Forget what it was now, but I think I started off last week 2-0 also. So we'll have to see how things go here. But at least it started off good today. So it's nice to start off a Monday with a couple wins in a row, especially when feeling a little bit rusty from the weekend, the long weekend. All right, so I'm going to trade PA6 next if I get a setup. I'll say it again. I do have two less accounts right now. I had two blown up 25K evals. I decided I'm not going to continue with 25K evals anymore, so I canceled those over the weekend, so they got removed from my Rhythmic. And then when I decide to get new accounts, I'll get 50Ks from now on. I just think the drawdown, like I had two 25K PAs. I didn't get to the target any faster. They're both struggling. And I just figure at least with the 50Ks, the drawdown is better. And I clearly can pass the 50Ks because here's one at 52,900 as well as the PA2 that's at 52,240. So I just figure, I kind of started doing 25Ks because I didn't know if the system was going to be good enough to get me to build up an account enough to make 50Ks worth it, or that I could even do it, because it's extra 1,500. But I think I've proven to myself now that I can do it on the 50Ks, so I might as well just continue with those. Hey, Gary. Welcome. Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you're having a good trading day today. I started off decent with a couple wins. Just going for 11-tick scalps today for my system because my charts weren't showing that they were being consistently good for better than that. Although ironically, both of my trades would have clearly worked for more than 11 ticks. Gary says he lost one PA this morning. I don't know. Up 7K, about 7K total on the others, Gary says. All right, so that's good. Sorry to hear about your one PA. That's a bummer. But you have a nice, healthy profit on the others, so that's great. I try to look at that as, sacrifice of one for the better for all. I think that's the first time since I've been chatting with you here that you lost one. So that's, I think, over a month where you haven't ran into that, as far as I can tell, which is great. I think you're showing really good consistency, it seems like. For me, my daughter's home again from school today. She had spring break all last week, and then today they have day off for Hugo Cesar Chavez Day. I thought it was April Fool's, but it wasn't for that. So I'm definitely going to be finishing by around 9 to 9:30. I'll have to see if I have to stop right at 9 or if I have some extra time. So I have about an hour left here. This thing got so close to closing the gap, but it's still a few ticks away. The gap of the previous day close. I never know what to think when it gets that close and then it doesn't quite do it. It's like, is it coming, or does that mean it's not actually going to do it? Right, this is technically a second entry. I didn't take it because I've had some losers that looked like this, and so I just decided to stay out of it. Maybe it'll work. All right, so it worked. I just decided there are some instances where it's okay to just skip a trade. I don't have to take every single one that comes up on my chart. I don't want to get in a habit of skipping trades because I've talked about that, how I'll skip trades and then by the time I decide to take a trade, it's a loss. So I'm going to try to just do that kind of judiciously. I was talking about how, the expectation was closing the gap, and it looks like it just did it. So maybe that would have been enough reason to take that trade. Although I feel like I got into trouble last week. I took a trade where I was thinking the same thing. Oh, it's got to fill the gap. And then it was a trade that actually looked a lot like this that ended up losing. Yeah, I think it was one of those that like it barely came up and ticked me out. Like it top ticked me and then it went, if I remember correctly. So I just decided if this is going to be one of those, I'll just stay out of it. I don't want to get top ticked for it to just go to my target. All right, so it looks like we got a perfect touch off the previous day close with a bounce. So the gap is closed. Now I'll see what happens. Now I got to decide tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of the 80% sale, by the way. 80% sale and 1 day pass ends tomorrow at close of the market. I've got to decide because I have had 2 additional accounts that I've been trading with. It's almost like it's too many accounts for me to even be trading with at this moment because I'm not copy trading. So I decided to cancel the 225Ks, and then I held off on buying the 50Ks that I'm planning to. I mean, I've still got a 25K that renewed last week that reset. That has a month of trading left on it that I haven't even traded yet. So, and I also have a code for a free evaluation account for 1 month for free that I won off another YouTube channel. So I can put that one in for free at any time. And then the thing I was thinking is, even if the 80% sale ends tomorrow, if I happen to blow up this PA, I'll get a 80% code from blowing up the PA, because they always give you 80% off on blown PAs. So if I need to or want to, I probably could get 2 accounts, past tomorrow and not pay more than 80%. I'm holding off on the free account because I want to be able to trade that one aggressively, because I won't want it to leak into a second month, because the second month is only 50% off discount. So it'll be a passive 1 month or not account. So just trying to be a little strategic with that. I think I have enough accounts for now that I'm not going to add any. I'd really like to lock in the payout, as anyone who's been watching me knows. Try not to think about it too much when I'm taking trades, but that will definitely change my game to have that $2,000 back in my pocket. And then if I can pass this evaluation and have an extra PA there, and then focus on the rest of the evaluations while focusing on the PAs, we'll see how that goes, and then maybe I can add one. So I'm not in a hurry to add back more accounts yet. Not too much on my mind to talk about at the moment. Just at this point, waiting to see when my daughter's going to wake up and when I'm going to need to finish my session for the day. I'm already honestly really happy with the 2 a day. Probably 2 more trades away from qualifying for a payout if things go well. So the question will just be, can I get 2 wins before I get 1 loss? What do I need? About 260? I mean, it's possible if tomorrow I'm able to trade with my auto stop ATM. It's possible I could do it in 1 trade, but it's most likely going to be 2 trades. So the question is just, can I get 2 trades to win on that account before I get 1 loss? That's kind of how I look at it. The odds are on my side that I should be able to, but we'll see what happens. Right, again, there's another second entry here that I'm not taking. I just don't like how we're just, we're just in this range. It almost looks like we're in this range with a breakout on the bottom and a breakout on the top. It just seems like one of those areas, if I'm going to get a loss, maybe that would be where it would come from. So I'm just playing it safe today. I had a 3-day weekend and feeling pretty relaxed. So I didn't come in feeling like I want to kind of push the limits today. I just came in feeling like I want to have a solid day and a easy day. So, oh wow, that would have worked no problem there. So yeah, I've skipped a couple trades here. Both of these look the same. I mean, this one and this one, both very similar looking. But this is just kind of like at this level, especially because the gap was already closed. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hesitant again, like last week. Again, I'm just not, I'm not feeling like I need to push my luck here. And I'm content with what I've done so far today. If I don't get another trade today, that'll be fine with me. If I do take another trade, I just want it to be kind of out of this area and like see what price is going to do. I felt like this trade I liked a lot. My first trade I liked a lot because it was on the previous day. What was it? Previous day high. It was like using that as a resistance level. My second trade felt extremely risky. It more than worked, but taking it felt extremely risky. And that was on the evaluation that's closest to passing. So like right now, the two most important accounts to me have the wins. And if I didn't take another trade today and came back tomorrow and trade the same two accounts, I could be very close to my goal on PA2. And then on evaluation 27, I should be able to pass it on the next trade. So I kind of came in and have done what I wanted to do for the day. So now it's just a matter of if I get more trades, I mean, I'll take them, but I'm not feeling like I need to push for them. I'm not feeling like I need to take them in what look like questionable areas. Looks like volume's gotten pretty low. It's been moving pretty slowly for the past almost half hour. This will be interesting here too, because here comes the previous day's low from last Thursday. So it'll also be interesting to see what it does from there. I haven't looked at the daily today. Yeah. It's just been largely sideways, but I mean, it looks kind of bull flaggy. But I'm just not going to bet against this market, right? In the big picture. I was just thinking about my old strategy that I was trading last year when I started the YouTube. I was thinking about how I was trading it kind of, I was on ES, so it was different. But I was trading it kind of similar where I was scalping it. And I was just thinking a little bit over the weekend, what would have happened if I was trading it more like a swing trading strategy where I was just going for more. Because there was a lot of times where my setups would work for like really big targets. But then when I was winning, I was only taking the little scalps. So I was wondering, if I had reconfigured that strategy to just be a swing trading strategy, maybe something even where I just have a trailing stop behind each bar as it forms. I wonder if it would have worked out better for me. But I think I've talked about before on here where it's like when I have a strategy that's getting more losses, I struggle with that mentally because I don't like to lose, I guess. So, I guess most people don't like to lose, but when I have a strategy and I'm losing 60% of the time, like, I don't know, it affects me. But I was wondering, like, maybe if I were to backtest it and just go for larger targets and swing trade it, I wonder if I would have come out better in the long run. But psychologically, I don't know that strategy suits me. Like, I'm much better with this, going for a scalp and getting it, and it doesn't matter what else the market does after that. I don't have to like have a target, like, or in terms of having a target of like where I think the market's going to go. Because it doesn't matter where it goes, when I'm going for such a small profit target. Like, I'm just essentially just trying to trade the noise, right? I just need enough noise to give me my little scalp. So I don't know. This strategy is working for me, so it's like I don't feel like I need to change anything. The strategy could be better if it is truly just an only 80% strategy. It's like right on the edge of being good enough. I was really, when I was starting this, hoping it would be closer to 85%. So, and you just don't know until you do it. So now I'm 200 trades in, I'm 80%. The first 100 trades, I was at 81%. So it's pretty consistent so far. Very consistent for 80%. All right, so we're below previous day's low. I remember looking last night. I just looked on my phone to see where the market was. It was like up here somewhere when I looked. It's like, oh wow, we're just gonna power up now. What's going on? And it's interesting because it, sold off afterwards when I was sleeping, and then market opened right back up there. I wasn't able to retest the high. Tried to, couldn't get there, and then nothing but a sell-off since. Kind of an interesting, strange looking day. All right, so this market is very not exciting like last week. I guess at least there was movement early on, but this is pretty slow. You can see here, I mean, I kind of have a feeling like all the business to the downside has been complete. But I mean, there's more room to the EMA if it were to continue. But I wouldn't be surprised if now that it's done all this, maybe we'll get a bounce back up. I'm trying not to be in the business of predicting the market, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here. You know, we kind of have multiple levels of potential resistance. The previous day close where we're at right now, the open of the day, and then the previous day high. So, whereas this was a very small range last Thursday, this has just been a bigger range today with the breakout at the bottom right now. That's what it looks like to me. Maybe it's trapping in shorts. I don't really know. I'm just going to be patient and wait for a setup in an area that I like. Yeah, I've got maybe 30 or so minutes left for the day. So other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the day. I mean, I'm so close to picking up another 50K PA, but I've been this close. If you remember last week, I was so close on a 25K evaluation. It was like $40 away. Needed one more trade, whatever it was, and adjusted my profit target to be exactly what I needed to pass the evaluation. And price went to exactly the tick where my profit target was, my limit order, tapped it, and then went the other way on me, and I ended up blowing up the account. So it's not a done deal until it's a done deal. And that's why I don't even think about even the money in the PA account as real money until it's a done deal, because it's not money in my pocket until I've satisfied all the rules and conditions to take that money. So they're just tickets to be turned into the reward center once I've received enough. So until then, it doesn't really mean much, but got to have goals and getting close. All right, so it's a nice push up over the EMA above the previous day close price. So I'll be interested to see kind of what happens in here. If it's able to get some lift and keep going. All right, I'm just hanging out. Just watch and see what happens here. All right, so this is an interesting one, but I've got a first entry short here. This candle ticked above this one and then ticked below here. So that's technically a second entry short. And then it went up and would have taken out the stops of anyone that entered there. So technically this chart is burned. That's the first time there's been a second entry that hasn't worked on the chart. I purposefully stayed out of it. Again, it's just, this is exactly one of those areas of where my new rule is. I had a candle closed on the previous day close, it triggers underneath it, which I've been toying with whether if the trigger happens, below it, can I take it? But just the nature of how this looked right at the EMA as well, I decided to stay out, and it would have turned into a loss. And of course, after the loss, it looks like it's trying to maybe still end up working for anyone that didn't get stopped out there. But so I can't trade this chart anymore. And I have a second chart as well, where essentially the same setup happened. So that leaves me with one chart left that I wasn't really paying attention to right now. But it looks like the same thing is happening now. We've got a first entry short, and this looks like a second entry short above the EMA. Technically, it looks like first entry short actually here, and then second entry short here. Actually, this is the wrong chart. What did I do? This is the chart I want to look at. First entry short below this candle, ticked up, second entry short here. And this one worked. So I've got this one chart left now. But yeah, today's just feeling like a kind of day where I can just be happy with my 2-0. And I'll probably end it pretty soon here. I'll hang out for another 20 minutes or so and see what happens, but likely going to just keep it chill the rest of the day. And come back focused for tomorrow, which could be a big day for me. Well, it probably won't be tomorrow, be a big day, but one win tomorrow will get me within a one trade striking distance on this account, most likely. And then one trade on here should get me past tomorrow. All right, this market is just really slow. It's 8:50. It's gonna be 9 o'clock soon, and I typically want to be done by 9 to 9:30. Also, I just got word that my wife would like me to help out with my daughter this morning, so I'm gonna call it here. Not a bad day. 2 wins, no losses, and like I talked about earlier, just that little bit closer to the payout qualifying goal on PA2. Under $400, $360. My math is good. To being able to qualify for the payout there. And on evaluation 27, within $57 of passing that one. So all in all, a good day. Nothing spectacular. I mean, the numbers are not huge. 291 altogether. So just doing my thing, going slow, and just trying to lock in these profits and going from there. So hopefully in the next couple of days here, if I can get 2 wins before a loss, then I should get this payout in this payout window. So we'll see how that goes, and I should be able to get a new PA as well. So having said all that, the 80% discount going on till tomorrow. Use this code or any other. As you can hear my daughter making noises, waiting for me to come get her. And 2-0 today, so starting off the week 2-0, and 161 wins and 40 losses. 201 trades overall for the year so far in 3 months' time, and right at 80%. So I think that'll do it. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully closer to the 10 a.m. East Coast start time. I was a little late today, which is 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And anything else? No, we'll see what happens tomorrow if I decide to add any evaluations or just wait till a later time to add a couple back. So I think I've said it all. All right. Thanks to anyone out there that's watched me today, and I hope you'll like and subscribe and see where I go on this journey, hoping that this payout is coming to me this week. If all goes well, if I could avoid any losses on PA2, then if I could just get 2 wins before I get 1 loss, I should have that payout. So join me tomorrow and the coming days this week, and let's see if I can get it done. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching.